Hi, my name is Nate Johnson, and I am currently a senior in high school. I am from Moreland, Wyoming, and this is my application to the Faye W. Whitney School of Nursing at the University of Wyoming. A meaningful yet difficult experience that I have gone through in my personal life occurred the summer before my freshman year of high school. Throughout my middle school years, I began to develop severe pain and discomfort in my lower legs. It began by just hurting when I did things like running or sports, but it became increasingly worse over the years. It got to the point that I could no longer participate in athletics or even PE class. After doing some tests to find out what was wrong, I found out that I had a condition known as chronic exertional compartment syndrome. This isn't a very common condition, so when I found out that there was an opportunity for me to receive the surgeries through a doctor in a neighboring town, I was amazed and so grateful. This experience is what really sparked my interest and passion for helping others. I want to learn more about nursing in order to provide the best care possible even to people in rural areas. Just thinking about the happiness I felt after receiving the care made me firmly believe that I was meant to help others feel that same happiness and sense of relief. Being able to help people that have health concerns ranging from simple to abstract is one of my biggest future goals, and I would love to be able to accomplish this goal through the Faye W. Whitney School of Nursing at the University of Wyoming. Most prominently, I am and have always been intrigued with healthcare and medicine. Nursing would provide me with a way to help others in a deeply meaningful way, which is what I've always wanted to do. Starting from a young age, I have always had a desire to help others, no matter the circumstances. I know that people are very vulnerable when they need assistance from a nurse, for example, and I find it very important to make people feel comfortable and heard. It is really important to me that people feel like they're valued during treatment because I would want the same thing if I was in need of care. My personal values align with nursing values because I believe that all people deserve to be cared for with patience, respect, and empathy. For my entire life, I have participated in the sport of wrestling. I have been on USA teams, middle school teams, and my high school team. Every person on each team was a very different wrestler who had different styles and strengths. Working as a part of these teams showed me that there were always things to be learned by watching and working with other people. A lot of the kids on the teams were very talented, but nobody wrestled in the exact same way. In my high school wrestling team specifically, I found a lot of value in making sure that everyone was able to receive the help that they needed. This enhanced the functioning of the team because the teammates that were good at some things were able to collaborate with those who needed more teaching. Working with fellow teammates was a perfect way to build camaraderie and strengthen the bonds between team members. I know that being able to trust your coworker is very important, and I'm confident that I'd be a great team member as a nurse. A disagreement that I have had with an authority figure occurred with my math teacher. This year, I am taking an online math class that doesn't have any in-class proctoring. One of the major difficulties that I was having was that I could not get in contact with my teacher. The home page to the course is fairly unorganized, which makes it difficult to follow the course timeline. On top of this, after submitting my homework assignments through emails, I never received any confirmation that she had received my work or any grades on the work that I had turned in. This was very frustrating to me because I wanted to know if I was completing the work correctly and maybe receive some feedback on my work. After I reached out to her asking if she had received or graded my assignments, I heard nothing back from her. Instead of complaining to her about not grading my assignments, I decided to continue to try to reach out to her respectfully and inquire about the work. After reaching out a few more times, I finally received word back from her. She was very grateful that I was willing to work with her and that I was respectful, and she graded my work right then for me. Working through disagreements in a positive way is very important as it encourages better understanding for both parties. There may be times in my future as a nurse where I have disagreements with other colleagues, but communicating respectfully will allow us to better understand each other and perform better care for our patients. A time that I was faced with a situation that challenged my confidence was when I lost both of my matches at the state wrestling tournament last year. This situation really destroyed my self-confidence and made me feel like I wanted to quit the sport that I've loved my whole life. I'm normally a pretty confident person because I know that I'm capable of pushing myself and succeeding. After I underperformed at the state tournament, I began to question if I was even a good wrestler. However, I was able to turn the bad tournament into motivation to make myself better. It was important for me to look back on my performance and reassure myself that I am a good wrestler and that I just had a bad day. Overall, I was able to rebuild my self-confidence and ultimately be successful in wrestling. Right now, I am preparing for this year's state wrestling tournament, which I am very excited for. Situations such as the bad tournament last year are unfortunate, but being able to learn from them and advance my knowledge is very important to me. I know that I need to be challenged in order to further develop my personal confidence, and I know that there will be times in nursing school where I do not feel very confident in myself. But I also know that I'll be able to work through any challenges because confidence is built through hard times. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I've answered all your questions in full.